Oops, I did it again. Yeah, I got on this thing. All praise be to the Most High, living one, dirt, serve nothing, dead. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Rakadash Barakatam. I see, brothers and sisters, keep doing the work. A brother got some time to share a word, I see. A person say, the Father ain't with you. He ain't never done nothing for you. What you talking about? He ain't. Is that the truth? That's the truth. You a liar. You a liar. I say, because the Father done for me before I done for me. You know how? I tell you how. He gave me life. I live on. You can hear me, and if you're around, you can see me. You know what I mean? I manifestation. Once I wasn't, now I am. Just like that. Hocus pocus. Who knows the Holy Spirit? You know what I mean? Who sends it? You know what I mean? Is it the one, the Alpha, the Omega, the beginning and the end, and all things in between? I say, because I know how much the Father loved me because of all He has done for me, right? And you say He ain't done nothing. You think about it. If you didn't exist, I mean, have you ever put anything on your tongue and it tastes good? I say the word is sweet, bitter when it hits your stomach a little bit because your son don't get it. But anyway, yeah. So I exist, right? If I didn't exist, what would matter? What would be bread or cake and ice cream? You know, an hour later, you know, I'm here now. I don't know how much later I got. You know what I mean? That's later in the future. If it pleases the Most High, maybe 1,000 years. Ain't no telling. What's impossible with man ain't impossible with the Father. I say a day to He is 1,000, right? So what's 1,000 to us? This is 1,000 to what? Yeah, like that. What would it be to the Most High? People worried about tips and all this other stuff. Like, had to pause for a moment because you gotta think. You gotta think. All the good. You wearing what? Nikes, promotion, LeBrons. The shoes, man. Yeah. Go old school. Stacey Adams or Gators or whatever, man. You got on the Versace. Yeah, okay. It don't really matter. It's just clothes on. What's beneath that? I say, what's beneath this? The clothes, flesh, we know the skin, but what's beneath that? Say, I'm fit, lit, and ready for this. Let's get into it. You know, um, I don't want to hold back the spirit no more. You know what I say? And it's like magic. It's like magic, man. Ain't the word like magic? You can make something happen. You entertain someone. I don't care who it is. You can- I don't speak much Spanish, but I say hola. Gracias and de nada. Stuff like that. They keep it simple, por favor. We can learn and gain these things, but did we really learn the English language and do we know what every word means? You know what I mean? Because every word has meaning and you can break it down, you know. I hope I'm not losing you. But if I did lose you, it wasn't meant for you. You can handle the truth, You can't handle the truth. The truth is, I am who I am. And am I supposed to give a damn who likes it? If I'm not pleasing to the Most High, it don't really matter. I say, my buddy, my friend, it don't really matter. Pause and think about it. Yeah, so I say, how much time you got? You see, I just took up your time, and I know, your time is yours. You shouldn't be wasted. But are you wasting time? Can you waste time? Did you make up time? I say you might be doing things while you have time, but who does time belong to? He say the father of time. Yahweh. All things exist to he. Magic is the word, Like I say, it's the vibe. If I am attacking you, I'm attacking you. Whereas verbally, messing with your mental, and you getting emotional, and now it's about to get physical. It's about to get physical. Now I want to rumble in the jungle. Why? Because of the word I said to him. Probably. What you looking at, fool? I didn't call the man a fool. Yeah, I don't even know as if he's a fool. But he stared, you know. But it's a play where he say, hey man, what's going on? You alright over there? You cool? Nah, I ain't. And he can respond anyway. And next thing you know, I can tuck my tail and go or dust my feet or whatever. Unless, it gets under my skin. But I say I over E. I over E. Intelligence over emotions. People get gone of their emotions and everybody think that they own something. You don't own nothing. You barely own yourself, you know. You're clocking in and clocking out, wondering what you're going to do to eat today. How you gonna get it? How you gonna get that bread? How you get that daily bread, as I say, I try to store my riches up in heaven where no thieves can break in and steal. Keeping it real, man. Because you got to, sometimes less is more. And you're more than with the things you get, you know. Because if it wasn't you, I say, if it wasn't you, what would matter? And I think that's why the Most High say, I chose you. I chose you. You know what I mean? It's on you whether or not you want to play on the team or not. You don't want to play on the team, go ahead. Go right the bench. But eventually these going to be the starting five. You ain't even practicing. You got to go back to the drawing board. The Father, man, is omnipresent. Omnipresent. I mean, I ask, man. I don't want to be consumed, Father. I don't want to be unalive. You made me alive, But hey, listen, you want to unalive me too, Hey, that's solely up to you. I mean, what can I do about it? You got to go back to whence you came. But yeah, evolution of the spirit, death, dying, and the beyond. I believe I died. And you say you have to die daily, you know. Do you have everything you want? No, you don't. Is it all good? Yeah, in a way it should be because of all the other things that's happening to somewhere else that ain't happening to you. Hey, he ain't saying I want it to happen. They're saying if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, man, you should it ain't it is going what they going through, you ain't going through it. Man, why you tripping? Why you tripping? You better think about it and step back. The Most High might have just called you out, might have separated you from them because they going through it. They going through it. Whatever it is. They say it's in the air. They say it's in the air. Put on a mask. Put on a mask. But I'm saying it's cloth, steel, whatever in the air. It ain't gonna get on that or on my clothes. You know, it's still there. I mean, fear. I have fear of the Most High. That's the beginning of wisdom. I have fear of the Most High. That's the beginning of wisdom. Seek ye the kingdom first, and all these things shall be added unto you. Promises. Promises. I know I made many times before. And that no, let me stop. But copyright infringement ain't my song. Sorry, disclaimer. Disclaimer is in 1976 or something. Disclaimer. I don't know. I'm sorry. Sue, you ain't getting nothing. I'll file bankruptcy. I ain't never did it, but hey, that'll be the time then. Because he ain't got it. You gotta get that off the roof, buddy. I got a ladder. It's kind of short. It ain't no big one, but you can climb it. I'm joking. Or am I? They say, you know, funds, monetary gain, renter, was it render under Caesars with Caesars? You have to let go of this stuff, man. You know, you gotta let go. You let go so you can receive the unseen. The unseen. Can you see me? Can you see me? No. But you can receive what I'm saying. If you listen, if you stay this long, if you stay this long, shouts out to you, I say. May you, may you be abundant. They say blessed. They say abundant, but may you be blessed. Because the Father said, I will curse those that curse thee, and I will bless those that bless thee. So I can tell you this, each one, you can do whatever the hell you want, but if you curse me, then what you think gonna happen? Because it's written. It's written. Yeah, you got choices. Everybody got them.